Shows the danger isn't just from demons, but from other hunters too.
The lines keep blurring.
Constantly. And then, born under a bad sign, Sam gets possessed.
Oof, that was rough.
Really rough. It highlights how vulnerable even they are. And it creates so much friction, especially for Dean. Can he trust Sam? How dangerous are these powers, really?
Seeds of doubt planted there.
Big time. And the season keeps digging into those themes of grief, responsibility, moral ambiguity.
Like in Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. Dean's really struggling with John's death, and they mess with resurrection. Bad idea.
Always a bad idea in this world. Shows the dangerous temptation of Trip to undo death.
And Crossroad Blues is huge for Dean, too, facing the actual temptation to make a deal himself.
Just like his dad did. It shows you how much he fears death, but maybe even more, how much he values Sam. He almost does it for him. It reveals the depth of that bond.
And Hart, oh man, Hart.
Yeah. Sam's romance with the werewolf, Madison.
So tragic. Forcing Sam to make that impossible choice at the end, it just hammers home the personal cost of this life, and again, blurs those lines between human and monster. So emotional.
Deeply. But season 2 still has those standalone cases too, expanding the lore.
Right, like Jo trying to prove herself in No Exit.
Ghosts helping solve crimes in The Usual Suspects. Which is kind of a fun twist. Playthings had the creepy little girl ghost and the cursed hotel.
Night Shifter was super tense with the Shapeshifter in the bank getting them hunted by the FBI. That's where Agent Henriksen comes in, right?
Yep, introduces him as this recurring human antagonist who just sees them as killers. Adds another layer of danger.
Houses of the Holy played with the idea of angels, but kept it ambiguous.
Yeah, are they really angels? Or something else leaves you wondering.
And then the Trickster.
Ah, yes. Tall Tales. Such a great introduction. The reality-bending pranks, the humor, but still dangerous. And, sets up his much bigger role later on.
Definitely. We also got Roadkill, the twist where the person asking for help is the ghost.
Clever twist. Hollywood Babylon poked fun at horror movies on a set. Folsom Prison Blues had them hunting a ghost inside a prison, complicating things with the law again.
And what is and what should never be, the Jinn episode.
Oh, yeah. Dean gets that alternate reality where mom's alive, he has a normal life. It's heartbreaking because he has to choose to leave it. Shows what he truly values, what he sacrificed.
Powerful stuff. Which brings us to the finale. All Hell Breaks Loose, parts 1 and 2.
Whew. Yeah. Part 1. Sam gets kidnapped, thrown into that ghost town with the other special kids. Azazel's Hunger Games, basically.
And Jake stabs him, Sam dies. Just shocking.
Totally shocking. You think, how can the show even continue?
But then, part 2, Dean.
Dean makes the deal. Sells his soul at the crossroads to bring Sam back. The ultimate sacrifice, mirroring John's, but with even more dire personal consequences. 1 year. That's all he gets.
And then the Devil's Gate opens. All those demons pour out.
All hell literally breaks loose. But John's spirit comes back for a moment, helps him finally take out Azazel.
They get the Colt back, too.
They do. But the season ends with this huge, ominous feeling. A war has started. Demons are everywhere. And Dean's on borrowed time.
Wow. Okay. So, season 2 takeaways.
Stakes go through the roof. John's dead. Dean's deal is made. We get key new characters. The hunter world expands. Sam's powers and Azazel's plan become much more central.
Lots of tough moral choices. And that bond between the brothers just gets forged even stronger through all that sacrifice.
Absolutely. The whole show shifts from just hunting monsters to this much bigger, almost apocalyptic fight. It really sets the stage for everything that comes after.
Okay, so as we kind of wrap up this deep dive into those first 2 supernatural seasons, you can really see how they built something special, something that lasted.
Yeah, that blend of the Monster of the Week fun, which let them explore all this cool lore alongside that growing, intensifying main story about Azazel and the coming war.
Right.
It worked incredibly well.
And the sacrifices. John's, then Dean's. And just the sheer weight on Sam and Dean, that bond they have being tested constantly. It's horror, yeah, but it's deeply rooted in family drama. That connection is key.
Thrilling, but also really emotionally engaging. You cared about these guys.
So here's a final thought for you, the learner, to chew on. Think about how those foundational pieces, the mix of scares and heart, the lore they built, what drove Sam and Dean really cemented the show's appeal for so long.
What specific moments, maybe, or themes from these first 2 seasons do you think really hooked people? What parts of that early DNA are still vital to why people love Supernatural?
Good questions. We definitely encourage you to maybe rewatch some of these early ones, jump into the fan discussions online, and just keep exploring the roots of this series. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.